لَقَدْ خَلَقْنَا الْإِنسَانَ فِي كَبَدٍ. So the human being is created in anguish, which means they're constantly in trial, they're constantly struggling and toiling in this life, always worried about food, always worried about the dollar the next day, etc., etc., etc. But more appropriately, this is used in a negative sense, that what the human being is worried about and anguished about all the time is actually the wrong things. Because the following ayat explain, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, أَيَحْسَبْ أَلَّنْ يَقْدِرَ عَلَيْهِ أَحَدٍ. Does the human being think that no one has control over him? Will he not be accountable for his bad actions? Or if he is trying hard and trying to be patient or maybe doing good things, is someone not going to come and protect him? And then in a negative sense, the next ayah, the human being says, أَهْلَكْتُ مَالًا لُبَدًا. I have been destroyed by spending so much money. I've spent so much money in trying to get what I want, trying to do the wrong thing. I've spent so much. أَيَحْسَبُ أَن لَّمْ يَرَهُ أَحَدٌ. Does he think that nobody's watching him? أَلَمْ نَجْعَلْ لَهُ عَيْنَيْنِ. Haven't we given him two eyes to see? وَلِسَانًا وَشَفَتَيْنِ. And we've given him a tongue and two lips. We've given him speech, power of speech. وَهَدَيْنَاهُ النَّجْدَيْنِ. And we have guided him to two paths. إِمَّا شَاكِرًا. Whether he's thankful even once. إِمَّا كُفُورًا. Or whether you are constantly ungrateful, constantly disbelieving, constantly not worrying about the akhirah. وَهَدَيْنَاهُ النَّجْدَيْنِ. And we guided him to these two directions. فَلَا اقْتَحَمَ الْعَقَبَةَ. Then he has not, though, surpassed Aqaba. وَمَا أَدْرَاكَ مَا الْعَقَبَةَ. And what do you know this Aqaba is? So Aqaba means a hill. So a hill that you would climb, meaning a difficult path, a very, very difficult path. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, and what do you know this difficult path is? فَكُّ رَقَبَةٍ. It is freeing a slave. Freeing a slave back then was big money, like huge amounts of dollars, huge amounts of dinars and dirhams you had to spend. You have to have a fortune to be able to pay for a slave. Basically, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying this is what human beings should be doing. Freeing a slave. فَكُّ رَقَبَةٍ. أَوْ طَعَامٍ. Or feeding people. When? فِي يَوْمٍ ذِي مَسْغَبَةٍ. A day that is full of distress, meaning you yourself are hungry, there is a famine, and instead of feeding yourself, you're feeding others, you're giving others water, you're doing it'am. Not just it'am, fi yawmin dhi masghaba, because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says it's a difficult path, right? Freeing a slave is difficult, feeding somebody else when you yourself are hungry is extremely difficult. Yatiman dha maqraba. And feeding the yatim who is your relative, somebody near, meaning prioritize the orphan, and not only just any orphan, prioritize the orphan within your family. أو مسكينا ذا متربة. Or a needy person who is dusty, meaning he is trapped, he is really in distress. Helping the needy. This is aqaba. The iqtiham, the climbing of this aqaba, this is what you need to do. Free a slave, feed people even when you're hungry, feed the poor, take care of the orphans, and take care of your own family first. ثُمَّ كَانَ مِنَ الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا. And the rest of the believers after that. So these are the priorities. وَتَوَاصَوْا بِالصَّبْرِ. And then you advise each other constantly to be patient. And you counsel each other, advise each other on patience. وَتَوَاصَوْا بِالْمَرْحَمَةِ. And you advise each other to be compassionate with each other, to show mercy to each other, to show rahim to each other. Marhama. أُولَٰئِكَ أَصْحَابُ الْأَيْمَنَةِ. Those who do these things are the ones that are treading that path and going up that aqaba, going up that mountain, going up that hill. Those are the ones that will be on the right-hand side. And we already know what that means, being on the right-hand side. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make us among them. وَالَّذِينَ كَفَرُوا بِآيَاتِنَا هُمْ أَصْحَابُ الْمَشْأَمَةِ. And those who deny our ayat are the people of the left. عَلَيْهِمْ نَارٌ مُقْصَدَةٌ. Upon them will be a fire that will entrap them, that will be over them. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protect us. Wa akhir da'wana alhamdulillah.